Good evening, I'm Kingsley Oluoko. President William Ruto and the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga have signed a working cooperation formalizing the broad-based agreement at the iconic KICC, ending a long speculation of two political nemesis turning allies. President William Ruto has said the 10-point memorandum of understanding is aimed at resolving the political, economical and social impasse that has plagued the progress of the nation 3 years since the Kenya Kwanza government took power in 2022. Ruto has said the pact is not about sharing positions, but the interests of Kenyans.
We have talked about Kenya of potential for far too long. It is now time that we close ranks as leaders, because this nation can succeed. We have what it takes to be a great nation, but we haven't made the steps and the decisions that would make this nation great, because we have always been making politically correct decisions. We need to make decisions that are correct as far as the interests of the people of Kenya are concerned.
On his part, ODM party leader Raila Odinga has clarified that ODM is not entering into a coalition political agreement with UDA, adding that the newly signed cooperation is solely meant to overturn challenges facing Kenyans into fortunes, including the realization of the implementation of the National Dialogue Committee report. Reacting on the new working agreement between the two party leaders, a cross-section of Kenyans has hailed the partnership as a turning point for Kenya, but urged for reforms in the health scheme and an end to corruption and extrajudicial killings.
Ni vizuri tu baba afanye kazi na president ndio Kenya endelee vizuri.
Kenya kuna amani. Nataka tu kazi endelee kama kitambo, tunaumia. Serikali yetu tunaumia. Mie vijana wanaumia, wamama wa mboga, single ladies, wamama wa wajane, na single mother. Kenya inauma. Tumekuwa after elections kila mwaka tumekuwa kwa vita. Wakati viongozi wetu wanapanga kushikana, kuna yule anajitokeza kupinga. Saa hizi tumechoka kama ODM na tumeamua, na kama wamama tutakuwa kwa serikali na tunaomba amani. Mwenye anataka kutuvuruga atakuwa adui ya Kenya.
Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki and the UDA and ODM National Chairperson Cecily Mbarire and Gladys Wanga took a swipe at the opposition leaders, observing that the new agreement is fostered at uniting Kenyans.
To the politicians out there who are still stuck to regionalism, we are telling them nationalism is bigger than regionalism. To the leaders out there that believe belonging to the minority means you have no voice, we are telling you today the minority too have a voice in this great nation.
Strong leaders think the nation. Weak leaders think division. Congratulations.
Appreciated. And I'd like to state it from my own school of thought, that this unity that you have put together today, Your Excellency and my party leader, is not about the two of you. Because Baba here has seen it all. In fact, he has enough for his and all generations. His Excellency the President has sat on all positions. So in my thinking, this unity is for the young people of this country. It's for all of us.
Pearl Newsbeat.
And the Court of Appeal has issued orders stopping the government from taking any further action to allow or permit the importation of genetically modified GMO crops and food into the country, pending an appeal by the Kenyan Peasants League. In the appeal, lawyer Kevin Oriri challenged the High Court's decision to lift the GMO ban, arguing that it was done without due consideration of scientific evidence, highlighting potential health and environmental risks. However, the respondents told the court that the appeal will not be rendered nugatory, as Kenya has a comprehensive legal and institutional framework to regulate the cultivation and importation of GMOs. They argued that any introduction of GMOs will undergo rigorous assessment by institutions established under Kenya's legal framework. The judges further certified the appeal as urgent and directed that the matter be listed for hearing in the second term of this year.
Pearl Newsbeat.
And across the borders, Uganda's Ebola caseload has increased to 14 in the last week, Africa's top public health agency has said, with a new cluster emerging from a 4-year-old child who recently died of the infectious disease. 3 of 5 new cases have been confirmed as Ebola, with the 2 cited as probably Ebola. Dr. Ngashi Gongo of the Africa Center for Disease Control and Prevention told reporters. The Africa CDC reported that there was no direct or epidemiological link between the new cluster and another one, accounting for 9 previous Ebola cases, including the first victim of the outbreak. Ebola is now spreading in 5 of Uganda's 146 districts, it said. That includes Kampala, the capital where the outbreak was declared. On January 30th, 2 Ebola deaths have also been confirmed. Local health officials have not been giving regular updates on the outbreak, raising concerns about a lack of transparency.
Pearl Radio, the home of fresh and classic hits.